Speaking of Trump and Republicans, where is it? Well, ICE isn't doing well on either front, but there's new evidence.
Today, the family of the Colombian immigrant killed by an ICE officer in Maine is calling for criminal charges to be brought against that agent, the one who fired the fatal shot.
They're not going to be brought against that agent, by the way.
25-year-old Johann Sebastian Duran Guerrero was shot multiple times inside his vehicle during an ICE operation in Biddeford, Maine last week. For the record, Johann Guerrero was legally authorized to work in the United States and had been issued a social security number.
Can we stop with this narrative that, oh, he's legal, so it's bad? We should just be going with the narrative they shouldn't be shooting and killing anybody.
In an interview with MS Now's Laura Hafley, his family's attorney Ben Gideon said this about the investigation.
There's a lot of different moving parts. I would say the most important thing right now is that there be a full investigation into what happened and an honest and neutral investigation. It's being led by the Attorney General's office in the state of Maine, which didn't have any involvement. There were no state officers, police officers, or local municipal.
And most of the time, they don't even know this is happening, by the way. Local police and government have no idea ICE is about to do this. Because if ICE tells them, they're going to stop it.
Police officers involved in the shooting, so we're hopeful that that can be done objectively. And
I think the concept of being somewhere in a country illegally is very weird. It is very strange to me as well. It is very strange.
Get to the truth here of really what happened. I can tell you, though, I haven't seen...
I think my perfect solution right now is can we make it infinitely easier? I should
seen a single shred of evidence that Johann Sebastian did anything that would have justified the federal officers shooting him in cold blood, driving on his way to work early in the morning on July 13th.
Modern day Gestapo, like I keep telling you.
Their call for criminal charges comes as questions grow over who investigates when ICE or other federal immigration officers use deadly force. According to the new reporting in the New York Times, federal agents around the country were told in recent days that the FBI would no longer investigate confrontations with immigration agents under the change.
Especially with the country's violent history with indigenous people. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not a land backer, but because I just don't think that's realistic or possible or the correct solution. But yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. I'm a hater on borders. I'm a hater on borders.
Responsibility for investigating cases involving federal immigration officers would likely fall to Homeland Security Investigations, an arm of ICE, effectively.
Every time I remember this, I laugh. Yeah, we're going to leave the investigations on ICE up to ICE.
Leaving the agency to investigate itself, according to guidance circulated among FBI and ICE agents. The Justice Department and DHS have both publicly denied that any policy change has been made. But if it were, it could mean less independent federal scrutiny of deadly encounters involving ICE agents. Even before this reported policy change, for months there had been questions about the independence of Kash Patel's FBI and how much oversight the FBI has actually provided.
Negative 5% oversight.
Since American citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy were killed by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty, who was leading the state investigation into those killings, says federal prosecutors only last week turned over evidence.
Wow. Holy shit. Only last week?
That had been withheld for months.
Through the cooperation of our federal partners, we have obtained the hard drives of previously withheld evidence in the killings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
I like this woman, by the way. I think she's all right. I've heard her talk a couple times now.
The shooting of Julio Sosa Solis. We have also obtained some of the physical evidence that was previously withheld, including Renee Good's car. I want to thank our federal partners for their willingness to consider changing course, to share evidence and promote public trust. Obtaining this evidence has been a priority for us.
Neolib response.
It has been rightfully demanded by our community for the past 6 months.
And joining us now is Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty. It's good.
Man, I'm going to be so real with you, chat, and it's kind of a doomer take of me, but nothing's going to come of this shit, man. Literally nothing. There could literally be basically nothing that comes from this shit. And it's not that I like want to be doomer about it, but it's like until there's a new administration in who's like aggressively going after ICE agents, it's not going to change. And like this is the way that ICE has always operated. Like ICE has not changed, and people are attempting to whitewash like how ICE has been working for the last whatever how many years, but this is how it's always been with ICE. They don't actually get any sort of repercussions for basically genocidal behavior. I don't know, man. I am a fucking architect. That's how I feel every ICE agent is. I am a fucking architect. I am a fucking architect. There's a reason, by the way, I think ICE has always been like this, because now shit like this is coming out.
Joining us, former director of ICE under President Obama, Sarah Saldana, and former ICE chief of staff and former Department of Homeland Security official Jason Hauser. Jason, I'll begin with you.
Yeah, you guys still did the same shit that, like, Obama was not kind towards immigrants.
Do those...
Because he was trying to appease to Republican sentiment, which is psychotic. Which is such pussy shit.
Numbers make sense to you, those results?
What were the numbers again? I just saw them and I forgot them already.
The number of complaints.
Joining us, former director of ICE...
53 reports of excessive use, 32 cleared, 21 under investigation, 1 referred for disciplinary action.
Under President Obama, Sarah Saldana, makes sense to you, those results?
The scale.
No, fucking neoliberals, man. Can't trust them, can't work with them. I would have neo-libbed out too. I would have been so neoliberal for like 2 weeks after Kamala won if she did, but then they gave nothing. Libs are trying to the people pleaser of politics and they need to realize it doesn't get anything done. Yeah, but they get money out of it. Like, do you know how much money is sent to Democrats through AIPAC? Holy shit.
The number of complaints seem, quite frankly, it meets what I believe has been the misuse of force and the inability for ICE to carry out these large-scale mass quota arrest operations and still conform to the use of force policy, which is...
I'm still listening. I just got to lean so my model might
still
freak
in
out.
place. The overall, and additionally, when ICE looks into these cases, the review is done both within the agency level, the department, and is supposed to occur from an independent lens. I have a lot of concerns that is not occurring currently, and the resources that go into those sort of investigations have been pulled back. So there's a lot of questions there that are left for me.
And I imagine the 21 still under investigation is doing a lot of work in terms of some of the more outrageous and outstanding questions regarding officer behavior, be it the killings in Minneapolis or the ones we just have experienced the past couple weeks in Maine and in Texas. Part of the issue that I wonder about, Sarah, is that especially with the last 2 incidents, the officers were not wearing body cams.
Yeah, and they were so hesitant to, and Democrats were just letting them do this. Even before Trump's administration, they weren't required to wear body cams. So what are we blaming here?
We keep...
I hate that that's what the politics are now. It's barely about the country. It's about what makes me most rich.
Hearing lip service from ICE officials about the need for body cams. They have more money than even some armies around the world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Look at the New York police budget.
What's taking so long with these body cams? Is it really something that's hard to put into place?
I'll keep this quick.
James, get the fuck off my screen.
Today to flip this U.S. Senate seat in Texas. If everyone watching this right now made a...
It takes $4,000 for an individual just to apply for a green card in this country, which is coming from a country that is inflated with their currency worse than it is astronomical. Afterwards, within 3 to 5 years, you need to apply for citizenship, which costs an additional $1,000, which for some is an entire paycheck. This all goes to the filing costs, not including background checks, travel costs, interviews, financial costs. Yep, it's not easy at all. And it can take decades to become a citizen. Decades is psychotic. The fact that it can take decades to become a U.S. citizen is psychotic.
Not really. This is really sounds like an excuse with respect to the time it takes. If there's a need, if there's a great need, this can be done very quickly. Ask any police department how difficult it is to get your hands on body cams and get people using them. Quite frankly, this is way overdue. I think we had the first promise from Tom Homan back in February that there would be changes made. Today, I read that perhaps he's saying, oh, we can do that in a few days. That could have been done in a few days.
Oh, yeah. It could have been done instantly. They just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do this instantly. It's very slippery, these processes, when you're instantly labeled as a criminal and illegal individually. Oh, yeah.
I think back in February, March, those need to be done. They really need to be done for the sake of the agency as well as for the general citizenry there in the various states that ICE is in.
Benny Thompson said he was told 60 days. That's how long it would take body cams to be put into place. But you do bring up a good point, Sarah, which is that this was a promise.
It does not take 60 days to get body cams put into place. I mean, maybe 30, but it does not take 60 days, and it never will.
That was made back in February after Minneapolis, after all of that outrage regarding 2 American citizens getting killed and the way ICE officers were behaving on camera. And CBP officers were behaving on camera out there toward protesters. So do you believe them when they say 60 days, or is this just them kicking the can down the road?
Katie, this is one of the consequences of not having candor and transparency with respect to what the agency is doing.
They've been doing this for decades, though. This isn't a new thing that ICE has been doing. And we need to stop acting like ICE is all of a sudden this evil entity. It's always been evil. They're just more blatant about it now. They just hired Jan 6ers. ICE has always been this fucking evil. It's really pissing me off that we're whitewashing the history of all these fucking things. Because if you look at the history of ICE, these detention centers have been inhumane for decades. And we need to stop acting like they're something that's been, oh, okay, now it's bad. It's really bad sign that we're moving in this direction, because that could mean, oh, we're going to say the Trump administration's bad, but Republicans were fine before. No, the fuck they weren't. They have always been this bad. They're just open about it now. They're explicit about it now. They have always been this evil. Oh, man. This shit makes me mad. It makes me angry and disappointed in the country, but I mean, what's the girl gonna do, I guess? I don't know, man. We need, like, all these people need to go to The Hague. Join the International Criminal Court. Come on. Do it, pussy.